between the free shipping and then cost of goods, this just wasn't worth it.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up. What are these? Oh, no. Okay, I don't see anything in the hair tool department again at this store. I haven't been here or Goodwill in a while, so these are my 2 stops today. So usually I do pretty good with items like this, like the replacement cartridges. I looked this one up. It's $5.25, but there are like 30 something listed and only one has sold, and it sold for $28 with free shipping. So I'm gonna pass on that. I'm always hoping to find like a really good HP calculator, and I've only found one in the last year, so they're probably pretty hard to find. I'm so excited. It's almost garage sale season. I will be thrifting less. Okay, I had no idea what this was. I thought it looked different. I looked it up. The name is on the handle, and this last sold for $35 at auction, and brand new they're selling for like $80. So I'm definitely gonna pick this up. I'm not gonna auction it off. I'm gonna price it for $50. You always get more when you do a buy it now versus an auction. So if I got $35 at auction, that's a really good price.
It was like a slingshot dog toy, and I tried it out with Frankie, and on the 3rd try, the rubber band broke, so it ended up being trash.
This looks old. I'll definitely look that up. Oh, that Smoker's estate sale has my eye watering. Oops, I did drop this.
So all I bought was the dog toy, and then I head over to Goodwill. I go to the shoe department first, and I find these Red Wing boots. $12.99 is kind of high for my area, but with this type of comp, I went ahead and picked these up. That is a really good profit margin, and guess what? These, like most of the other things in this video, are not listed. Shoes and handbags are as close to clothing that I'm really trying to get right now. I usually find handbags for pretty cheap at my Goodwill. The standard price is $4.99, and I'd say majority of the handbags are $4.99. Now, Coach, it's all about the pattern and which bag it is. This one does not have a great sell-through rate, but I figure if I can't sell it on my eBay for around $35, I can always put it in a future Whatnot show, and I'll probably sell it for somewhere around $15.
This is the same brand that I found on Monday, I think it was. So I'm gonna buy those, and then I'm gonna check out this Coach bag too, as long as it's cheap enough. Ew. This is standard handbag price. I don't know with that inside. I know myself, I'm not gonna clean that up. So we're gonna leave that.
Okay guys, we are at the post office. I have 5 estate sales that I want to stop at today, possibly more. There are some estate sales that aren't on estatesales.net that I found. I found them on, I think, Facebook Marketplace last night. I also use an app called Yard Sale Treasure Map, and not too many people use it in my area, but it's how I find community sales. I'll like zoom out, look at the entire state of Michigan. I pay for it. I think it's like $5 for the year, and if you pay, you can change the days. So I will look ahead for, like, if it's Tuesday, I'll start looking for Thursday, Friday sales. And I'm always looking for community sales. That is where I get the most bang for my buck, because obviously there's a whole bunch of sales in a really small area. So that's what I use that app for. Now, I guarantee there are going to be people who are like, oh, I don't see any sales in my area. I don't either. Like I said, I use it to find sales all across the state. I travel a lot for my reselling, and it pays off. So if you aren't finding stuff in your area, you might have to travel. And I also bought a new car yesterday. I got an Escalade, so I have way more room. So I'm going to show you guys what I pack for like long days like this, especially now that I have the room. I can actually bring stuff with me and it not take up space that I absolutely need for inventory. So this is so nice. Like, I am all set for the day. Okay, first of all, I bought myself a new camera. It's like a GoPro, but I did not even think about getting some different housing for it. So I am using the the waterproof case with the little strap clip, and I'm gonna clip it onto my bag. That's my plan for the day. I don't know. I might just use my phone. I brought my little neck thing that I usually use, but I bought new IKEA bags. I feel I can't even express what it feels like to have new IKEA bags. But I told my daughter, I feel like, so she plays volleyball, and if you have brand new white knee pads, that's like a bad thing because it means you don't play. And I kind of feel like that's what my IKEA bags look like I'm a newbie and I don't know what I'm doing. But I have these with me. I just dropped off all of my packages. We're at the post office. I have a FedEx package I need to get out of here. And then I brought my little soft cooler. I made myself a sandwich, and I have protein drinks, energy drinks, waters, and then I got my little water right here. And then in this, I love this thing. I got this at Target. It's by Brookstone, and I just have like my Quest chips in here, a little protein bar, hand sanitizer, lotion, chapstick, and my handy dandy neck thing because I might record with my phone today. Even though I'd love to use my new camera, but I kind of feel like the sound quality is going to be horrible because it will be in this case. This is estate sale number 1, and the first thing I find is this little Clinique soap. I paid $2. These sell really fast. I always pick these up when I find them. Now, this sale was family ran. I came because there were a ton of vintage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys and other figures. Like, the entire basement is packed. But I pulled up to the sale an hour early, and they had already opened the sale. Since it was a family-ran sale and they started to have a really big line out front, they decided just to start the sale early and let everybody in to shop. So I was very, very late to the game. Now, most of these perfumes were Avon. Usually you can flip a perfume over and the bottom will have a little bit more information. Now, this was a vintage Dior. It's a little bit more than half full, and I'm going to pull up a Mercari sold for you guys so you can see what these sell for on Mercari since you can't sell them on eBay. I'm going to try and comp my used perfumes on Mercari from now on, just so the information isn't confusing. Since you can't sell used perfume on eBay, I really don't want to show eBay comps anymore. And guess what? That perfume is not listed. I think I have pictures of it in my phone, and I'll have to check my Mercari. I don't think I actually followed through and finished the listing. Okay, you guys, and this is the basement. It was packed with people. You really can't tell right now, but about 5 minutes before this, it was crazy. And I'm sure when they opened the sale early that it was crazy. I don't know anything about any of this stuff down here. I would have to Google image every single thing. This is definitely an area where I lack between like Matchbox cars and then these bigger cars. the figures, the wrestling guys, all of that stuff. I don't know anything about this, and the men down here have IKEA bags full of this stuff. So I figured most of the good stuff is already gone, and I don't want to spend my time Google imaging all of this because I'm sure, again, like I said, the good stuff is gone. But I thought I'd still show you guys what was left just because this was a really cool sale. This person saved all of their kids' toys. And I did not use my camera for this sale. I'm just using my phone. That's why my finger is in front of part of the lens. So I get excited when I see something I know, which is Barbies. There were a couple Barbie cases, but with the sale opening early, I missed out on those as well. They want $6 a Barbie, which is pretty high. So this is a standard Barbie. She's from, I believe, 1967, but she is on the wrong body. Her body is like an 80s era Barbie. I spot a couple others, but none of them worth spending $6 on, like this Cher. If she had like an original outfit on, sure, but no. That is a Marie Osmond, and I believe Donnie is in here somewhere. This is another Cher, but all I end up picking up is the Clinique and then the Dior perfume. I move on to the next sale, and the sale was absolutely crazy. Shoulder to shoulder people. This is the only recording I did inside of the sale. This Pan Am bag caught my eye, but I had to buy the whole thing.
Okay guys, I did not record in that sale. But let me show you guys what I found. Okay, I bought this Pan Am bag for the bag. The zipper doesn't work. There's a whole bunch of fishing stuff in here. I paid $12. I paid $59 altogether for everything. So it's kind of in rough shape, but I think it was a good buy. These are selling really good right now. I paid $2 for all these pens. There's a couple really old ones made in Japan, so I figured it was worth a risk. And then these 2 packs of ink, I paid $12 a piece. They're selling for like $58 free shipping. I'm gonna lot them all together, make it one big lot. Got this for my daughter's boyfriend for his Easter basket. And then Bennigan's is not in business, at least around us. So I don't know, I thought maybe it was $1. So that was everything that I picked up, and I don't know where we're heading next. They only want $4. I'm gonna buy all of them. Oops. I'll have to pick that up. I don't think they have nipples. We'll find out. And then I grabbed some boar hair brushes. I don't think I'll make very much off of them, but I'll make money off of them. See if I can get that to stay. Okay. So they're only $2.99, and usually boar hair bristle brushes are really good sellers, even if they aren't name brand. Those are like a semi-okay name brand. So I'm gonna look at these toys and then head to the next spot.
We are at Volunteers of America. This used to be one of my favorite thrift stores, even though I don't make it out here very often. But the last like 2 or 3 times I've been out this way, I haven't found anything. So hopefully today's our lucky day. I don't know what I'm gonna do. There is an estate sale back at home that goes until 5. So I could stop here and then we could go to that estate sale, go home for the day. But we have plans tomorrow, my husband and I, which means I will not be working very late. He gets out of work super early, which is like 2 o'clock for him. So that means I can't really leave town tomorrow because I won't be able to, it wouldn't be worth it. So I'm thinking I should spend the entire day out thrifting, so we might do that. We'll decide after this stop. Volunteers of America ended up being a total bust. This is the footage from my new camera. I have not been using it lately, but it turned out really good. So I think I am going to continue to use it. Now I am going to mute this audio because, again, I had to use the waterproof case because I did not order housing for it. I do have everything now. So the newer footage came out perfect, but you can hear the camera rattling inside of that plastic case, and it is so annoying. And I also have the camera too far up on my bag, so I really don't care for the angle that it recorded. I prefer recording with my phone just because that's what I'm used to, and I can move it around and I know exactly what I'm recording, to where with this camera, the screen is really small and it goes black after a couple of minutes and it's strapped to me, so I really can't see exactly what I'm recording. But I'm sure once I get the hang of it, everything will work out. But for now, you guys might have to bear with me for a couple of videos as I figure out how to use this camera and the best positioning and if I'm going to need an external mic. Okay, now back to this sale. This was crazy. This was definitely a hoarder's house. I did not buy anything from this sale. I did walk around for, I don't know, like 10 or 15 minutes, but it was kind of like an in or out thing, especially when I went down to this basement. Once I hit the bottom of these stairs, I knew that this was not my type of estate sale, and I was gonna be in and out in no time. Because it was so dark down there, this footage almost looks like a horror film. Now, at first, I did go look for some cleaners. I figured this is a house where I would buy cleaning supplies from. I could clean the bottles down with some Clorox wipes and be good. But just the dampness smell in here was just overpowering, and I was ready to go. So I look through this rack, I go upstairs. I actually posted a picture on Facebook of this sale and just asked people if this is a sale that they would stick around and dig through or not, because there are all types of different resellers out there. Some people love homes like this. They love to dig through the boxes. Personally, I don't. So let me know in the comments, are your ideal estate sales something like this where you have to dig, make a pile, and they give you a price? And the prices are always cheap with this company. You make a pile and it won't be a crazy outrageous price. Or do you prefer for everything to be nice, neat, organized, and priced? For me, I like something in the middle. I don't mind a house that's full, but I don't like a house that's dirty. And I'm sure that part of this mess is from the people who have came to the estate sale. This company basically just opens the door, lets people in, and they start digging through stuff and they make a huge mess. I was looking for an expiration date on that. I wanted to see how long that had been sitting on the shelf, but I couldn't find one. So I did not pick up anything in the basement, went to the main floor, didn't pick anything up there. So I figured I'd just poke around upstairs and then hit the road. This is the picture that I took and posted on my Facebook, and just asked if this was a sale that you would stick around and dig around. And I would say it was pretty split down the middle. Half of the people said yes, they love these types of sales, and then the other half said no, they would walk in and turn around and walk back out. Hey guys, so you definitely do have to let me know in the comments about the estate sale. Is that your cup of tea or no? Again, mine is somewhere in the middle. Like, I don't like estate sales to be like super ultra clean where there's not a lot of stuff. I like a lot of stuff. I just prefer a clean house. No mouse poop, no dead roaches, nothing like that, no bugs. And sometimes when I plan my estate sale days, I don't look through all the pictures. I just look at estatesales.net. I see on the map that there are 8 sales. I plan a route and I just go. I don't look through the pictures. I'll just give them all a try, kind of see what happens and go from there. If they're bad, there's always thrifting. Usually I can at least grab a couple of items to make my day worth it. It is super late. I have been working about 8 hours a day because of the whole perfume debacle. I'm trying to get my perfumes on the platforms where they will be seen and sold. I actually sold a perfume today for $160. So my plan is working. I picked up media, so I'm going to start selling books, CDs, DVDs, VHS on eBay. I found quite a few Bolos this week. I've only been sourcing them for about 2 days, and I've found probably somewhere close to $200 worth of books, DVDs, and VHS. They're super easy to list, super easy to ship, and easy to store. So I figured, why not? I'll give it 3 months, see what happens, see if I like where it's going. If not, I can ditch it and try a different category. Okay, guys, I bought my eBay Open ticket. I will be going to eBay Open in August. It's in Vegas. I believe they only have like 1,300 tickets available. So if you want to go, definitely go snag that ticket. They're $295 and it includes a lot. I think it's worth it. You get a discounted rate at the Venetian. It's being held at the Venetian in Vegas. And I do want to plan like a dinner or something for any of my followers who plan on going. I think it would be fun. So let me know if you end up getting tickets. Shoot me a message so I know you're gonna go, and I'll probably make like a little group for everybody who's going. That way we can all communicate and try to figure out some way to meet up. But I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna list this flatware that I have laying out, and I'm done for the day. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you on my next video in a couple of days.